Right, so it's been 2 weeks since my marathon, and I didn't say much after it because my walk was about a mile to get to the car, so I just wanted to lock in and get to the car without sort of stopping. Anyway, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about Southampton Marathon and a little race recap and why I think I hit the wall. But yeah, first of all, I parked in West Quay shopping centre. I got there about an hour before my wave set off, so plenty of time. There's plenty of spaces. The only thing to take into consideration is after you finish your marathon at the Guildhall, you'll have about a mile walk back. So just just be aware of that. I got to the start line, which was easy enough, about a 5-minute walk from where I parked, and you start off in waves. Before I'd done this race, I was also concerned about so many different races, but I'm telling you now, I don't know if it was fantastic organisation or the stars aligned on the day, but I do not remember weaving or surging at any point to get past people. I started in the 4 to 5 hour wave, even though I was going for a sub 4 because I wasn't going to start off at sub 4 pace, so it just made sense. But yeah, no issues. Obviously lots of people, but at no point did it feel overwhelming or I was holding people up or other people were holding me up. It just worked out perfectly and stress free. All I had to focus on was trying to get a sub 4. So we set off. It was probably like a 1 to 2 minute walk of walking before I actually started running at the start line, but it's a cool start line because you start at the docks where the cruise ships are. It's got this cool like arch, like British ports or something. I just thought it was a pretty cool start. Crowd were amazing throughout. Obviously there's sections where, you know, there's not many people there, but it would, I wasn't expecting so many people cheering all the runners on, which was fantastic. You head out over the Itchen Bridge and sort of go to the coast a bit. The main concern there is normally wind, but it wasn't that bad. And then you head through St Mary's Stadium, which is pretty cool. Morning. Which is pretty cool because I'm a football fan, so going for any football stadium's cool, even though I'm not a Southampton supporter. Yeah, pretty sick. And then was it just before that you go over the Itchen Bridge. I think you do that, I think you go up and down it 4 times. Please forgive me if my memory's wrong. I can't even remember what I ate for dinner last night, so it's all well and good. And then yeah, all in all, it's a 13.1 mile loop, so us marathoners have to do it twice, which is a bit soul destroying because you get to the halfway point and you see all the half marathoners going off finishing, but you got to do it all again. But it gives you a little bit of a kick, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing if you get carried away. But yeah, so miles 1 to 8 went absolutely perfect. Yeah, I was taking on salt stick, electrolytes. I was taking on, I was sipping. This is where I think things start to go a bit wrong. So I was just taking on all the water stations, but only having like 2 little sips. I don't think it was enough. And then I was having my gels. I was having 80 grams every hour. I got to mile 8 and I just had this intense stomach cramp and sort of felt rough, and for a minute I was thinking I cannot do this whole run feeling like this. So I was really hoping that it would go away. And then I got to another water station and I probably chugged half a bottle, and it went away. So that was a warning sign. What I needed to be doing is taking on more water. But I got worried about, I don't know, having too much water, I guess, which is ridiculous, because mile 8 I was sweating quite a lot as well. And then all the way through, went through halfway about 1:59, spot on. Felt really good. You go, rather than go through St Mary's this time, you run past it, you go through Itchen Bridge again and go to Coast again. It's a good course, there's plenty to keep you occupied, you just got to do it twice. The main killer is after the Itchen Bridge you've got a few more hills. That's the main killer, because when I was researching online it was all sort of about the Itchen Bridge, and that was the least of my worries, to be honest. It was the hills after that you've got to watch out for, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, I got to mile 20 and felt awful. Got to mile 20 and started to slow down, even though I was giving it the same amount of effort, which was strange. Well, I knew what was happening, I was running out of steam, and then I think it was mile 22, 23, I just felt so nauseous and dizzy. I knew if I carried on I would have most likely passed out. So I thought the best thing to do was just to walk, and lo and behold I downed a whole bottle of water, and then 5 minutes later felt good to start running again. By this point 4 hours had totally passed me by. It was just a case of surviving and finishing. So yeah, the legs were feeling quite bad, but to be honest I can deal with that as long as I'm not feeling like I'm gonna puke at every step. That was a killer. But yeah, overall it was really good. Plans going forward, I ran that marathon at 90 kilogram, and that's not all muscle, believe me. There's a lot of fat there, so I'm going to work on getting down to a better weight. I want to get down to about 80 kilo, because I feel like I'll get the best out of myself. And I ran my half marathon PB at 80 kilo. I think I've averaged a pace of 7:20 for 13 miles, so that just shows you. Obviously I had to put in a lot of hard work, but yeah. So all in all, I think the main takeaway lesson from my experience, I need to drink more water. That means I was looking online, so something like 300 ml an hour, and I was probably having about 150, 100 ml, probably not even that. So big mistake, and I paid for it, and I hit the wall. By the way, even if I had drunk properly, I still think I wouldn't have achieved sub 4. I just wasn't fit enough at all. I only gave myself a 6-week window, and 3 of them weeks were tapering. Obviously I've been running consistently all year, but actual dedicated marathon training, I only really had one sort of decent long run. So but due to my circumstances, I can't commit to a 16-week training block. It's just not realistic for me. I have to be living the life like a like a journeyman boxer. If they haven't got a fight coming up, they got to live the life, because they could get that call any second. They're making it sound like it's my livelihood, but it's not. It's just, if I want to achieve my goals, I've got to be putting in the work, even if I don't have a race booked, because I just don't have that time commitment due to my heart surgery. So it is what it is, but one day I might be able to plan life a bit more, but up to then, oh well. So thanks for watching. If you're thinking about doing Southampton Marathon, I 100% recommend it. Don't be deterred by the various races going on. I had a great experience. I don't know about other people, but I can only speak for myself. So yeah, I might film some park runs or something, or I might look to do, probably looking at like a 10k or a half marathon, depending on when I get my surgery date. So we'll see what happens.